My name is Ralf Ohletz, and I'm the president of Regent Hotels and Resorts. Well, I really started from the beginning, learning one of the apprentices, becoming an apprenticeship, and I went to be a chef in a 2 Michelin-star restaurant, and one of the first Michelin-star restaurant in Germany. And from there onwards, I went to London, and I joined Hilton Hotels as a management trainee for about 4 years, and from there on I went to Asia, and I've been in Asia for about 32 years. But I worked in New York, I worked in London, and but mainly the past 32 years in Asia, which I enjoyed tremendously because there was a great boom for new hotels and for new ideas, and that's really what I like about the business, is creating new products and concepts. Right now, we have 2.5 years ago, Regent was purchased by a Taiwanese company who've been managing and owned a Regent hotel for the past 20 years. And Regent, at one stage, as you may know or not know, was the first luxury global hotel company before it was purchased by Four Seasons, who then became a global luxury hotel company. And so now we have 2.5 years ago, we have bought the brand, and we have brought it back to Asia. We are re-emerging it as a luxury brand, because obviously luxury 40 years ago is not the same what it is today. And we are focusing on really the core essence of what Regent was founded on. Was they concentrated on the beds, the bathrooms, and the breakfast. So the 3 Bs in many ways. And so we're adding now a fourth B, which is the bespoke, which is the experience, which is the sense of place, and which is what everybody really, from a consumer, is looking for. Because rather than these generic hotels, one size fits all, we want to bring luxury that is a true understanding of the local culture, and of course everybody will say that, and everybody is doing it, but some do it better than others. And I think we have, because of my experience in the past 25 years with very individual properties, I think we have a very interesting DNA to offer to our customer. Well, the place is very crowded, so customers have a lot of choice, and I think you need to concentrate on the individual so he comes back, because that's really one of the core essence of successful hotel business. Because if you have a certain percentage of your business that returns, so you don't have to constantly reinvent your customer base. So I think it's really to understand what the needs of your customers are. We're saying customers, but our customer are different from other hotel companies' customers. So we talk about the luxury range customer, which is very spoiled, he wants convenience, he wants privacy. It is not the luxury customer maybe 50 years ago who wants to be seen, who wants to be very loud, who wants to be look at me sort of approach. Today it's the more the quiet area, the privacy aspect, and the sense of place has become dominant in choosing a brand. And the brand really, what we set into focus is to have a product-driven product, and use the brand as a promise to deliver that product. Because ultimately, having a product and put your brand on the door doesn't mean it's going to be successful. Challenges, of course, it's harder to find good locations, because done there, been there, bought a T-shirt sort of thing, and to find very, very good locations in prominent cities or island destinations is almost impossible today. I mean, we would like to bring the brand back to Hong Kong, where it's started, or where it received its greatest glories with the Regent in Hong Kong, 1982. But that's quite a challenge, because Hong Kong is quite small, and a lot of companies are already there. So, but we're not giving up, and that's something we would like to pursue. But it's really finding good locations that is, and of course the cost involved with good locations. So today, I mean, if you have something central somewhere, the costs are phenomenal, and what you would have to charge for for your room rates would be very high. I think as an individual, perhaps we've created a hotel called the Seta in Miami, which became a brand in a way in its own, because it was very unique and had a story to tell. It was, I remember when we were sitting with a developer in the bank and he said, well, what do you know about America, the market? And basically our approach was, well, we build what we think is quality, and when you build quality, the customer will come, and we were right. And so we didn't benchmark, we didn't look what other competitors were doing. We completely were focused on the product itself. We created a great story, and the Seta became one of the great success stories in the hotel business in terms of rates, and one of the highest rates in America. And I think that's something very nice. Perhaps also the Datai Hotel, which was created in Malaysia about 25 years ago, where nobody heard of Langkawi, and Langkawi is today a destination. But in those days, it was a little dot on the map, and the hotel basically became famous as its product rather than the destination. So things like this are very, very challenging, but I enjoy doing things like that, and this I think shows a great commitment and understanding of the location, and also what the customer ultimately wants. Well, technology is here to stay, whether you like it or not. I remember some hotels opened up with no TV, no radio, no facilities at all, rather than beautiful sunset or a beautiful setting. But that's very difficult today. We live in a very fast-moving world. We live in an ever-connecting world. And I think I'm supporting that, certainly with our hotels, we are going to be uber-connected, because that's what people need. And you can switch it off. But I think if you don't have the facility, a lot of customers will not accept that, because it's just a matter of being informed, a matter of being in touch with your family or in touch with your business, because this technology can give you a lot of freedom as well. So it's not just there's a pain. It is, if you see it as such, you can do your business from a beautiful beach chair anywhere, you know, and so, which was not the case 10 years ago. So I think we want to embrace that, and have it simplified. Of course, everybody's going now for iPads in their rooms for room service ordering, and as a means of entertainment, we have that as well. So you can take our iPad to the beach and have lots of movies on it, or 1,000 songs. And I recall we were one of the first companies to have iPods when the iPod came out, I guess about 10 years ago. 2 iPods per guest room. And the owners were saying, oh, you know, don't you think they're going to steal this? And we really never had any problem. As a matter of fact, people asked us whether they can buy the iPod because it had wonderful music on, because the Setai at that time had a great DJ. And so we just charged the cost of the iPod and give it for free. And so this was a nice surprise to guests, and people appreciate that, because we had about 1,000 songs on there. You know? So technology is here to stay, and you need to embrace it in the right way. It's not in your face. It's hidden. We still have switches. I don't believe of controlling everything with an iPad in the room, because that's not what you have at home. But everything else what you have at home, you should definitely have in a hotel.